It's just what happens when you're a praise and worship leader. I'm gonna get into that every single time.
Go start. We ain't even started yet. But y'all come on in because she's trying to play me right now.
Come on,
She's
y'all.
trying to play me. But we
Come on
live.
in.
Tell your friend now that we're live. We are live. Thank God we're alive.
That ain't how that song goes.
Did y'all hear that? We live now for real. We in this thing like swimwear. Did y'all hear that intro music? Y'all heard the intro music? This is a shout out to my husband because he did the intro music.
He did. This thing in my way. I feel like y'all can't see me because I'm so short.
No, I see you really good. You said don't drink on camera because you can't hold nothing in your mouth, Danny.
You gonna spill it. She gonna have this on her, this whole cup of water on her shirt.
All right, y'all. Let's dive on in here. So, hey girl, hey podcast.
Hey girl, hey.
Hey girl, hey.
How y'all doing? Happy New Year, first of all. You didn't even tell the folks Happy New Year.
Oh my God. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year 2025. Let's go.
Happy New Year, y'all. I'm so grateful for what God getting ready to do.
Me too.
And I want y'all to come on this journey, what God getting ready to do in this podcast. Because it's really about intentional friendship. Right? I'm going to try not to look at her because y'all know this is something new. So now I got a habit because I'm used to talking to the person.
Right.
That's right next to me. But I'm trying to make sure that I talk to y'all too.
Ain't that what they do though? When you like,
just
be like
Rhonda want us to play the audio again.
Oh.
Are you want this? I'll play a little bit for you, Rhonda.
You messing up his song. I could have just sung it.
You hear that, Rhonda? That is, my husband who made our podcast thing. So shout out to my baby, to my husband.
Shout out
to the best. You
better be his goodness too.
He is on this side of the world. I can't say what I am. But anywho. But y'all, really, honestly, Happy New Year. I'm excited about this podcast. I'm excited about the year 2025. This is a year for me learning to trust God and just go out on faith. And it's a year for me to be intentional about my relationships, intentional about my friendships. And
because as you said, it's been a journey.
It's been a journey. She said you keep on saying journey. Baby, we on a journey. But
baby, who is Journey? Let me meet her, cause that must be your best friend. You ain't mentioned her name a lot.
I've been keep on saying Journey. you want to keep on talking about Journey?
Cause you act like it's been bad or something. Let's get into these topics. Okay. Let's get into this. Let's get into what we finna talk about.
So yeah, what does friendship look like? So that was one of the things, because Hey Girl, Hey podcast is really we're going to circle around friendship, the importance of friendship, having godly relationships, and also how our past relationships can affect how we move forward in friendship.
Right.
But the whole thing is just like embracing friendship, because a lot of times when we've been hurt, we shy away, but it'd be detrimental to where we're trying to go. Because I just learned a long time ago, this sounds real churchy, a long time ago.
If not churchy, you sound kind of old.
Oh, I learned a long time ago that you need support. That you really do need support. So, I realize a lot of people don't want to have nothing to do with folks, and it's because of hurt. But I think it's important now to know, like, the importance of friendship and really understand what friendship is. So, yeah, dive into this topic like she did. Like, she's so easily directed me. What does friendship look like? Like, what does our friendship look like to you?
Um, it. I mean, I will use the word journey. It absolutely has been a journey because we've gone through, so much. We've made it way past the surface stage where, you know, now it's just our conversation. Like everything we do is just like there's depth to it. And so to me, it just looks like, for me personally, I'm not trying to be extra churchy, but it looks like what I asked God for. Yeah. Like it, because, I really asked.
You asked God for me.
Here she go, y'all. Here she go.
Okay, go.
I prayed and I was like, Lord, I really want a genuine friend. And, first of all, it took me to accept what God gave me, because I could have easily, pushed it away. I could have easily, destroyed our friendship just with some of the things that we've gone through. Right. And so for me, I'm like, no, what this looks like is what I asked God for.
What was it? What was it? You just told me that it looked like, girl, like, like feed me a little bit. Like you talking about, like,
your head already kind of big, so. But no, I really ask. I'm like, I want somebody who, will hold me accountable. Somebody now, and especially that I'm deep in church, somebody who, I can pray with, have those conversations, like meaningful conversations. Like, girl, let me tell you about what the Lord showed me.
Right.
And not nobody, I'm like, girl, you're so crazy. Like, you always talking about the Lord, or you always, it's just like having somebody mutual. And also, being that we're both married. So there's conversations that I can have about, as being a wife, or even as mothers, I can go to you about, girl, my kids done did this, and so and you don't look at me like you crazy. Like, you might say I'm crazy a little bit though, but I mean, like, genuinely to, like,
Yeah, I say the same thing too. Like, what friendship looks like to me, now. I think it changes with every level that you go in. But it was one of the things I was joking around, but it was one of the things I prayed for God too, was to in this season where I'm married now, I didn't move to a whole new state. I wanted to be able to develop friendships here. I wanted to be able to have genuine friends here, because it's so easy to know those friends that you grew up with.
Yeah.
And so my prayer was, oh, I need more friends. Oh, y'all, wait a minute. Side note, I gotta give a shout out to my mommy, to co-pastor
the best,
Renee Bangman, because she is the one who told me, because I always say, hey girl, hey, and both of us would be like, hey girl. She's like, you need to do something with that. So that's what we decided to do. We decided to do Hey Girl, Hey podcast, based on, and it'd be like a foundation of friendship and what it looks like. But anyway,
coming from the prophet herself,
the prophetess,
the prophetess.
Okay, no, for real. Yeah. So, but yeah, I wanted a genuine friend, and that somebody who could, even in my weakest moments, that my weak moments didn't necessarily define all of who I was. That they'll still be able to take me in my downtown, take me in my uptown. Fuck, don't give it to it now. But still be able to handle me, and then vice versa, because I didn't want to be, y'all got a mouth on me though,
You ain't got to tell them they know.
They don't know.
They know. Y'all know, don't y'all? But just put like if y'all know. Like if y'all know. Because some of y'all couldn't attest.
But I really do. Like, I wanted somebody to be able to be able to take me. And then I really have a mouth that I'll be immediately say, like, oh, that was so dumb. That was so stupid. But I think because of, I wanted somebody to be able to give it back to me, honestly. Outside of mom and dad, because baby, whew. But anyway, outside of that, and outside of my husband, because he'll put me in check too, so gracefully. I love them. But anyway, but I wanted a friend. I wanted a friend to be able to do that. I wanted a friend to be able to call me out, and then them not feel a certain type of way about me when I do, or pull away from me, and then vice versa.
But let's not get it twisted. It took us. We had to get there. It wasn't just all of a sudden we just started.
And man, you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Because a friendship that'll shatter, or anyway, that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, that's what friendship was to me. That's what That's what I'm learning that I need. And as we continue to grow with each other, and somebody that's willing to grow, this is going to be real good. A friend that's willing to grow with you. That was good, right?
That was real good though.
That was good. Like somebody that's willing to grow with you, because some people can't accept your growth. Some
Yeah.
people can't accept you changing, but somebody that's saying that's not afraid to grow,
Yeah.
and that you're not afraid to pull up with. And most of all,
Or when you're growing, but they have not come into the place where they're growing as well.
stagnant.
Yeah,
Be
like
okay with your growth and kind of
exactly.
be like, ooh, you know what? If she right here, let me take my butt on and let me do this, and it be more so encouraging and not jealousy.
Yeah,
To
'cause
encourage.
that's a big one.
Yeah.
That hidden jealousy in your friends, and you don't even realize, like, and that's a whole nother topic.
It is. It is. It really is. I agree with you on that one, friend.
So but honestly, like, I really believe that, and even when it comes to your friendships, just knowing, like, um if this friendship is going, if it's going deeper or we're growing, I really ask God to, like, let me know if this is a friend for me. Like, let me know,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
sometimes it'll be years that, okay, yeah, we're friends, but where is it going? Like,
And you don't want to, or self sabotage. Because if you gonna be honest, people love to use a lot. Oh, they just weren't able to go with me in this season. But it's some of that stuff is self sabotaging behavior.
Yeah.
Because you've been hurt from the past.
Yeah.
And you think that this is just like, oh well, it's just a time for me to change seasons and have new friends because this always happens. That's not the case. It's not the case. I don't think so. So friendship is not jealousy. Friendship is not just being able to drop somebody. Y'all check this out. I gotta tell y'all. It's something that her and Miracle, both of y'all told me.
Oh.
They told me that I feel like, Nisa, that if we stop talking to you right now to this day, you wouldn't even care. I was like, what?
Well, that was like 3 years ago.
That was 3 years ago. But that's what they were getting from me. It was like, it'd be so easy for you to just drop us. But then I was like, oh my gosh, I did it. Although they were right. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This first and foremost what I gotta start off as. If I feel like, oh, this person is not for me or something, it would be easy for me to drop them. But I realized that that's not what friendship look like.
Right.
Friendship is not just dropping somebody because of a disagreement, dropping somebody because you had difficult times. That's not friendship. And I couldn't do that if I wanted this. I prayed to ask God to send me a meaningful friend. So I can't drop at the very moment where I feel like that it'll happen. So that was brought to my attention. I was like, oh no, I don't want nobody to feel like that. You want, my husband told me, you talk about you want friends, you got to show yourself friendly. That wasn't friendly. If somebody feel like they became close to you and they feel like that if they walked away from you, you wouldn't even care.
Right.
I mean, we're believers. We're saved. And the Holy Ghost filled, fire baptized.
You better stop before I shout now.
So we our friendships got to line up too.
Yeah.
According to the word of God. So yeah, that's the friendship. Friendship is meaningful. Don't think that it's not. Relationships is meaningful. Mommy said, real friends hold you accountable. They held me accountable to their thing. They let me see some stuff. That's good, Mom. It is. It's true.
And absolutely. And that's what I would say. That was another thing that I prayed for. I prayed that, I had a friend that would hold me accountable with all areas of my life. Like, I remember texting you one time. We had went to a conference, and one of the speakers they were saying something. I completely forgot what it was, but I remember texting you in that moment, and I was like, girl, I'm gonna need you to hold me accountable, with all areas of my life. Like, when it comes to my kids, no, hold me accountable. When it comes to, my marriage, like, hold me accountable. Like, because honestly, we have real authentic conversations. Like, even in vulnerable moments when I feel like, girl, like, I really feel like giving up, or, I'm discouraged or whatever. It's like, you have to remind me, like, no, this is what it is, and this is what you're gonna do. Like, I don't care, have an attitude. When you get done with your attitude, we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about it.
Y'all, she got an attitude problem. Reese put Proverbs 18:24.
Y'all better come with those scriptures. Come with those scriptures.
Hey, Elder Mosley, Terrell, thank you so much.
Hey, y'all. But I asked Lord, I'm like, I want somebody who's gonna hold me accountable, because a lot of times, because for me, a lot of times, I think that I'm doing good. Like I'm good. And it's like, no, girl, you've been going backwards. You've been going in circles for the last year or two.
And it didn't start off like that, y'all, because honestly, we both came into this friendship with trust issues.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, straight up trust issues. And it was like a series of stuff. Like, it's like a sprinkle here. Let me see if I can trust you with this.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can trust you with that. And then not only that, and when you build up the trust, and then something happened, because my mouth got a little bit much, and it caused her to bag back a little bit. But and vice versa, her mouth got a little too much, and I bag back, because we ain't finna act like that I'm the only one who got a mouth problem. Because her mouth's so small.
Y'all had this Saratoga water before?
It's real. Don't do that.
This is good. Like, this water is real good.
Yeah.
Stop talking on my business.
Yeah. Yeah, so it really took, we built up the trust, but then, which, you build up the trust, but then something happened if y'all don't agree, if something like that, and then you don't even really want to say nothing, but then next thing I know, I found myself saying, that was just dumb. And it really caused her to pull back a little bit, like, and we were in a season, I'm talking about for almost a year, where I was like, this just dumb, this just, and she mad because I'm mad, and we got to the point where we stopped communicating to say what was hurting us with what was said, or why we thought like that. We literally stopped communicating.
But on top of that, I was never a communicator anyway. So
it was your past experience.
But I would share little things, but like the things that really hurt my feelings, like soft stuff, and I'm like, oh, you hurt my feelings. But them deep things,
they mess with the core. You get rattle up some stuff.
Exactly. The stuff that I'd be like, okay, wait, this reminded me of such. Yeah,
reminded you of the hurt, but it's probably some stuff that you had to deal with though.
And I was like, yeah, I'm good.
But
I wasn't. The crazy thing is I'll be like, you know what, I'm good in the moment. Like if I'm offended or whatever, it's like, oh, I'm good. Mm-hmm. But really, I'm really not good. Like, that's my best friend. Like, I had to be reminded, like, no, that's my best friend. Like, if anybody got my back,
and get somebody that support y'all friendship.
Cause that's what reminded us.
That's oof, that thing good. When y'all in the midst of disagreement, when you're in the midst of your friendship is going through something, you got to talk to trusted people. Mm-hmm. You got to talk to somebody that understands the value of your relationship. Now, our pastors, which is also our mom and dad, baby, I would go snitch.
I would call and snitch in a minute. I'm like, Ma, let me tell you what your daughter did.
Same here.
That's your best friend.
That's your best friend. I mean, it was the same thing. It was they pushed us back together and made us realize that, well, that's your friend.
Yeah.
If you feel that type of way, then you need to be able to go talk to him. That's your friend, and you got to be mindful of who you talk to when you're dealing with stuff like that. That's real, because some people just, they like, oh yeah, they'll be ready to go and tear you down. But one thing that they really did is like, y'all probably gonna hear a lot, because they one of the things that they did though was pushed us back together.
Yeah.
And reminded us that we're friends, and no matter what we say or do, it wasn't intentionally trying to hurt each other.
Yeah.
It's just a phase that we're in, versus running to somebody who, oh yeah, and then, but also a while ago, Evangelist Nicole Allen, we was in the basement.
One of our big friends.
Aunt Reese.
Those are big friends.
Those are big friends.
Shekinah.
Pastor Shekinah.
Pastor Shekinah.
Sorry. Oh my gosh. But Pastor Angel, Pastor Tawana, Elder Tawana, I think it was First Lady Shelton, Evangelist Ebony Hopper Robinson. Uh-huh. We saw their friendship and we was like, that's it right there.
That's what I want.
But they were their own individual selves.
Yeah.
But the way that they supported each other. But anyway,
those are big friends.
But one of the things that she said to us, I think it was about 4 years ago.
Yep.
About 4 years ago, we was in the basement at Good Shepherd, and she said, "Don't let nobody come in between it.
Yep.
Don't let nobody come in between y'all friendship." It was just a little nugget she was doing. We kind of, did she mention it again? Mm-hmm. Did somebody else mention it again? It was like, oh, okay, but we didn't know that we was gonna have a disagreement and be so mad at each other to that point that there was sound advice in those moments, because it came back up.
Yeah,
we'd be like, Dad, those words that sitting down talking to mom and dad, and they pushing us back together. The words that she said to us years ago came back to be like, don't let situations or people come in between it.
Yeah. And that
And
I always I'm telling you, every time something would happen, big or small, I would always remember those words. Like, no, this is really like this is my friend for real. Like, I believe Dad said you got to know the heart of a person. And so I realized I'm like, maybe she's going through something, or maybe, something's bothering her. And just because she said something that might have offended me, you got to check that, because that spirit of offense, it was in me real strong. And I'm telling you, like, I was like, you know what? But I know her. Like, on any given day, she ain't just going to do that to me. She's not just going to hurt my feelings. Like, the heifer done drove down to New York and anywhere else to come get me. Anytime I needed her, she's there. So I was like, I have to remember those things.
even when it's what constructive criticism.
Yeah.
Remember that in those no, this is it's just a part where the only reason it's bothering you because it's some truth to it.
Exactly.
So yeah, just this, and this friendship, but that's what did it. But yeah, so, and another thing was, and this was good too. This is a question: do I add to your life or take away from your life?
You when we wrote that topic down, you laughed
The
because
question.
you laughed because I said both. Because I look at it like, you add to my life because, I mean, you add to my life, like, but what stood out to me is, when you take away from my life, I think about, the things that I struggle with, or the things that, I had a hard time coming to grips of. Like, you helped me to see, like, why are you thinking about it this way? Like, change your perspective on those things. So you take, when I want to be negative, you're like, no, we're not finna do that this way. Like, change the way you think. And I'm like, oh, that's so dumb. Like, but I mean, I think of it that way. But so I just don't think of it negative.
You'll think of like takeaway and, oh, that's cute. Do I see some sensitivity going on right here?
Uh-uh. Yeah, so I think of it that way, not like,
okay, if I take away from what I'm taking away is like to, oh, that's good, friend. That's good.
okay, I'm smart.
You think so?
I've been hanging around Chris, so my perspective on things is different. Y'all see it this way, I see it this way. The dust has settled. Bishop said once the dust settled, you would see what was always there. I'm telling y'all, I'm moving. 2025.
You always been smart.
Always been smart. 2025. I'm smarter.
Wiser.
No.
Stronger.
No.
So much better. But yeah.
So that's how I thought about it.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, you're not going nowhere. Okay? So we're not talking about take away. You're not going nowhere. You're stuck with me for life.
Yeah, that's kind of the mentality she's trying to, make me kind of have a little bit. She's trying to say that I'm kind of like stuck with her for life and stuff that. So you think
you my life friend? Oh, y'all! So the episode is called "Peas to My Pod." So look,
peas in a pod.
Peas in a pod. We went to.
I don't got my bracelet on right there.
That's another story. We went to Dallas.
We were in Dallas.
We was in Dallas
and Pandora in the
and
mall.
we went to Pandora in the mall, and we made these little I don't know if y'all can see, the camera's kind of far, but we made these little lock charms, and then on the back of it says, mine says my pea, yours says my pod.
And then it had like a little piece of my pod. So yeah. Oh, that's so cute. It's not that cute.
It is very cute. So you like my life friend.
Yeah, the woman in the store actually assisted us with that. She thought it was so cute.
Yeah.
But she did everything to do that. But yeah, so it's called my Peas in a Pod.
But I'm sorry, I done got off topic.
That's kind of cute though. You're explaining to people how we got here with Peas in a Pod. But yeah, so I think that when we ask that question, do you add to my life or do you take away? You've added a friendship that I never had. Like honestly, for real. A new perspective, honestly. And I can't take away I think I can take away stuff from you in that aspect and learn from you too. Is the thing is like learning from each other.
Yeah.
So I can take some stuff away, and I think you do add value to my life.
You think?
I believe you do.
You better come confident.
But who text?
Say it with conviction in your chest.
Text last night.
I text you back. I was
dedicated
cooking.
To you.
Did y'all like them grits? Those who came to watch my.
Sabrina said, "Have y'all had to have a real critical conversation, and how was it handled?"
We have those quite often. It's more so.
So one of the critical conversations, and this is one of the critical conversations that we had, because I think you were talking to somebody, and she ended up saying something that I felt shouldn't have been shared to that person. And the person told me about the conversation. And I felt like, why would you say that to them instead of me? And I immediately went into the assumption of, and this is what kickstarted our issue for almost a year.
Yeah.
And so we ended up having a conversation. And I ended up telling her, I just felt like you shouldn't have said that to her. And then she was able to tell me, that wasn't said like that though. This XYZ is what happened. We allowed so much stuff to go up, and we had to have a realization of what was said and why it was said and what she was going through. Yep, that conversation was real. That conversation was real. And we needed to have it. And although when you get ready to have a conversation, I'm gonna tell y'all how it went though, because I invited this heifer out to eat. And I said, let's go get lunch. And this,
y'all see me rolling my eyes?
Come on, for ass. So anyway, so I went to, and she sat there with an attitude, and she really didn't want to do it. And I was ticked.
I ain't have nothing to say.
I went back to the house. I told my husband, I was like, I don't even know. Hey, shout out to Christopher Ryan Damon Sr. and
Gavin Highsmith,
because them Negroes,
they do not. When
they don't support us being negative towards each other. As a matter of fact, during that season, my husband told me, the fact that you're so upset and you're doing so much talking, you've shifted the perspective of somebody else because you're so upset right now. That's your friend. I was like, and that was a part of our critical conversation, Sabrina, because I also had to come to the realization and tell her that I was so upset with you about that all of this, I said that and I should not have said that. And then vice versa. She was like, no, that ain't where it came from. When I said that, this is why. That was a critical conversation that needed to be had, because we know now we can't do that.
Yeah.
And we had to have a conversation. It's the honestly, she was like, I'm done. Deuces.
Y'all, I was getting ready to pack my bags up and move. You hear me? Like, I was like, I'm done. Hey. I'm all set.
Mm-hmm.
But and we had those conversations because of that experience. It's easier for us to have those conversations. Not saying that every conversation is easy to have, but it for me, like I said, I told y'all before, I was never the type of person to be vulnerable and tell people how I feel. Oh, you hurt my feelings. That was never me. So then at that moment, I had to realize, well, in order for this friendship to grow and to go any further, I had to say, listen.
Sabrina, I'm sorry, Sabrina said, wait, this funny, but would you tell her if she had a booger? Cause some won't, or if she got, or if she got hot breath. Now, let me tell you something. She think I'm her kid, or so she like, girl, what's this? If you don't get your little nasty finger up out my face, I don't even know what be going through her head. She like, oh, Niecy. I'm like, no. Know what you did? Like, yeah. So I mean, ain't even about telling. She didn't try to dig in my nose. Ugh.
That ain't nasty. I'm just looking out for you.
You are. Thank you. Can you do my hair when we get up?
No. No.
Looking out for me. But yeah. I think
I'm always gonna tell you. But
Maybe said them grits was good. But
My foots was hurting after that.
Yeah, I think a lot of you right, you right, Terrell. He said that's a good question. I think more friends should ask each other this question. Yeah, I think it is. And I think in one thing that I decided, some people are so scared to have relationships with death.
Yeah.
And those surface relationships only get you so far. And you can't be afraid to go in depth because you've been hurt. Because
And they're
I've
only
been
gonna
hurt
last
by,
for so long.
I've been hurt by friends before. When you find out friends had conversations and different stuff, and then I
And
friends walk away.
One thing is you can't be afraid to say, like, so if I had a conversation with somebody else about her, best believe you me, I'm gonna be like, girl, I'm just letting you know what I said. Like, this is what I said about.
It ain't even about that. If somebody come try to tell me she had, I'm like, 9 times out of 10, I ain't even lie to y'all. We probably already told each other. So if you come to her and be like, girl, she said the Acura. She said you was so stupid for going to look at the Acura. Yeah, I know, she already told me.
You sure did. And it wasn't an Acura, it was an Audi.
Oh.
That might have been what started.
It was in the midst of our
Baby,
in the midst of our
hung up that phone so fast. I said goodbye, Barbara.
She said I'm hanging up from y'all. I'm hanging up from y'all.
Don't call me back either, because I'm mad.
Hey, Mary. Hey, Chosen. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. Hey. That's how you gotta say when they come on. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, girl. Hey.
So when it's a dude, what you say? Hey, bro. Hey, what you say?
She said, Sabrina said, so tough for us women to find friends. We're so critical. If you got one, hang on to her for dear life. Absolutely. She called the lifer. But one of the things that me and her had, one of the conversations that me and her had too, was because we got, I've been getting we've gotten feedback, honestly, where people feel like there's just no way that they can have a relationship with us because of how close we are. Mm-hmm. Or they also think that, they so close that if I want to share something with her, she's going to tell her. But we actually had that conversation because we don't want people to be intimidated by our relationship, to think that they can't get close to us, to think that they can't be friends with us, to think that they can't, draw to us, or to think that because you have a conversation and confidence with me that I'm gonna go share it with her. Neither one of us do that. Mm-mm. I mean, we each other's best friends, but we also don't be telling each other what.
I'm like, so you did not tell you did not tell me this, and I'm not. That right there is a conversation, but forget, so we do still have boundaries. Like, yes, we have open conversations. We talk about stuff.
Pause.
That's our best friend.
My best friend.
That's not just your best friend.
It's not.
That's mine too.
And she came in at the right time. My best friend, Lexus Kobe, is on here, y'all. That's my first best friend.
That's our best friend.
Okay, it's our best friend. This is my best friend from elementary. Y'all know her from Memphis. She been my best friend since 6th grade. And we still close.
Yeah.
And it wasn't hard to, shift Sade on into this friendship. I love you though.
No, listen. You gotta be okay with knowing, like,
it wasn't hard, but Alexis welcomed you with open friends.
Yeah.
It was a thing where, like, you know what, if my best friend loves her, I love her too. And then we got together in Memphis, and it was like, hey, this is who we are. And now we call each other best friends. But But
I love having her as our best friend too, because she's known you longer than I have.
So a lot,
and I got to see, like, certain stuff that I was like, okay, what she did or what she said wasn't intentionally towards me. Like, this is who she is. Right. So now I'm absolutely not offended because, oh
my God, this is what she was dealing with since a kid.
Exactly.
This is somebody that went through high school. And then vice versa. My best friend is 1,600 miles away. So she gets to talk to me and see me, but she don't get to see me, like, in my everyday life like Sade do. Sade now gives her a perspective of, this is who I am now.
But she tell you too, like, Nisa, you done changed.
She did.
Girl, you grew so much.
She did. We just trying to get her on up here. Once she get up here, she gonna be one of the ones on the thing like this. So so she got to get a perspective from you as well.
Yeah.
And going back to people being welcoming and coming in, we don't ever want nobody to be intimidated and feel like that is not. Because I'm still close to other people.
Yeah.
And she's close to people that I'm not close to. Mm-hmm. and vice versa. And we just be like this, come on in.
Let's y'all let's go out to eat.
Cool, but yeah, come out to eat, but don't be stuffy.
Please don't.
Cause I'ma laugh.
Now one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna
I'ma
laugh
laugh, I'm gonna praise God, I'm gonna read my word fast and pray.
and then laugh again.
And laugh again.
Baby, I be laughing reading my word.
I be like, girl, God's so funny.
Oh my God, you are.
He's so facetious. That man so funny.
That man funny. I get my cause y'all, let me tell y'all, my dad.
Lexus, Sabrina asked you, did you feel competition? She wanted to know if you felt competition. She didn't. You better not. Did you?
What you saying?
She already said that her best friend told her she can't have more than one best friend. Now we jokingly say stuff like that, but nah. Now Alexis was like, "Who's this? Who's this? You got your best friend?" Now I will say early on, when Alexis didn't like somebody, and she said you kept on trying to have friends outside of me, and they just didn't work out. Them folks ended up turning on you. Early on, like in high school stage and when we in our like college age. Some of them friends she was a little right about.
She was a lot right.
She was a
she was a lot right.
She was right about. She was able to see that some friends just weren't. She Reese said, "Where you learn that word, niece?" But I learned that. Shout out
Chris.
No.
Lil
I took Lil G. I took AP English and I learned it from her name was Miss Oliver at the time. She's not that anymore because she's married. But I learned it from my English teacher. That was one of my spelling words.
That was one of the words you remember?
Yeah. But yeah, back to it. Alexis was able to see some people who weren't good for me, or she see like Nisa, they just using you, or they jealous of you and different stuff like that. And I was just, I was thinking at the time, just like, girl, you just acting like that because there's new friends coming along. But no, she was really, because she's been my friend for so long, she was really able to see. Mm-hmm. And she was right. She was like Char said, she was a lot right. And sometimes it's gonna be that in the case. Yeah. You gonna be like, and it ain't gonna be out of jealousy. It ain't gonna be out of that. It's gonna be where I don't believe that. Nope, that person ain't for you, and not necessarily like pull away, but then just it taught me to listen, and it taught me to pay attention more too, because it really taught me that whole ordeal. Even with what me and Alexis went through in our friendship, she really did. It really did teach me to pay attention to friendship.
And I wasn't intimidated by y'all friendship either. Like, I was like, I have to respect the fact that she was your friend first, though. So I can't go in and be like, well, if you haven't, I don't want to be around her. Like, no, it was simply like, okay, this was your friend first. Like, she knows you. So let's all be friends. Like,
why can't we be friends?
Sometimes she'll call me, what you doing? Shut up. I'm telling y'all gotta tell y'all friends sometimes to be like, girl, shut up.
She told me I got ADD, y'all.
You do. Golly.
But yeah, it was good.
So yeah, that's how many more questions you got?
But that was the one I had. So the first question was, what does friendship look like to you? And then the second question was, do they add to you or do they take away from you as a friend? And how do you look at that question? And then another question that a couple of people put in here was like, having critical conversations. Yeah. Have you ever had to have a critical conversation with your best friend, and how was it handled, how was it turned out? And one of the things Mommy said to her, she said, critical conversations that encourage us to communicate better helps us grow.
Yeah.
And that's good.
That's real good.
And we can lead, and we can lead that there. But yeah, this episode is peas in a pod.
This is the P to my pod.
This is the P to my P
to my pod. You so corny.
That is corny. But for real, thank y'all so much for joining in. I appreciate y'all so much.
Yes.
We said we try to keep this thing limited to 30 to 45 minutes. But I'm just excited that people joined in, that y'all want to hear us. I enjoy doing this with this girl over here. And y'all join us next week on Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
We're going to be dropping them on Wednesday. I need y'all to like, share,
subscribe.
YouTube,
go do all that. Instagram, Facebook.
Do all that for us.
Some of y'all might need help logging in and figuring out how to subscribe. But
yeah, we have guests that we're gonna have on here.
Oh, I'm so excited about our guests.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We just got to get them emails out there, get the confirmations out there, and I think it's really important to have godly relationship, meaningful relationships, and then being intentional with your friendships and with your. Don't think this is just little. Even if you just got a spouse, don't think that. Well, I don't need that friend. I got a spouse. Nope. You need to have friends. You need to have friends, and you need to have friends that are genuine, that love God, and hey, that you can do life with. But thank y'all so much.
Thank you
for joining us. And go ahead and say, hey girl, hey.
Stop telling me what to do.
Oh, sorry.
Hey girl, hey. I listen.
That's always how you respond to stuff.
Yeah, I listen.
But hey girl, hey. Y'all, thank y'all so much. We're tuning out. We're logging out. Gavin and Chris will be on the way. Please don't eat up all the food.
Please don't. Because
we cooked a real good meal. Dad, no, we on the way to bring y'all place too.
Yes.
But all right.
All right, y'all. Goodbye.
Bye, y'all.